Night, Woo-Suk Go.
Scoreless inning last night for Go against the Mud Hens. A 28-year-old out of South Korea making his 8th appearance in a Saints uniform. See his overall numbers split between AAA Toledo and the Saints. 5.25 ERA this season. He faces his former backstop mate Sebi Zavala for a one-time Toledo Mud Hen earlier this year.
That pitched really well for Toledo, did Go. 3-1, 260 earned run average. Exercised what they call the upward mobility clause. Checked up, did not go. Tigers did not exercise that, and so in the contract, had put on waivers. And then someone else can grab him and put him on their 40-man roster. Twins did that. Put him in the big leagues. Is this one a high fly ball into right field? Runner trotting in, going away.
Now the Saints want to get him going a little bit. Woo-Suk Go, a couple of rough outings in Columbus. He has a north of a 14 ERA in just 7 appearances with the Saints. So he's trying to stare in at a few Mud Hen uniforms maybe and recall some better times earlier in the year. When you mentioned he was dominant early in the season with Toledo, it got him that opportunity with the Twins and the opportunity to reach the big leagues for the first time in his career earlier this year.
Pitched in 4 games, gave up 4 runs on 8 hits. He picked up a couple homers, walked 2, struck out 5. 0-1. Inside 1-1. I like this though, right? They threw Matt Bowman last week, back-to-back games. You throw Go, back-to-back games. And I screamed at the top of my lungs to anyone that will listen, which is nobody, that if you're asking these guys to do it in the big leagues, why aren't you asking them to do it in the minor leagues? Nasty pitch there, swung on and missed.
At least some of the time, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying like this is a weekly occurrence. You gotta, throw guys back-to-back games or 3 out of 4. That's not what I'm saying for every week, but at some point, I get not doing it early in the season, but you get to the halfway point in the year, let's start doing that with some of these guys. Because, especially your 40-man guys, they're going to be called upon at some point. And I understand that there are certain times where guys have to throw and certain times they don't throw just in case they need to, bring them up to the big. I totally understand that. I really do. Good pitch, swing and a miss, down on strikes. Goes Stevenson for round number 2. And that'll bring up Max Burt. But man, we're late in the season. I think this is like the 3rd time it's happened, maybe the 4th time that someone has gone back-to-back.
Yeah, we had Dan Altavilla did it an opening weekend in Indy, and we thought, oh, here we go, buckle up. I don't think we had another one for another good 2 months after that.
Here's Max Burt. Well, I know what Culpepper did it, but in the second half of the back-to-back, it was like 1 batter or something like that. Just they wanted to make sure he could do it. 1 ball, no strikes, a count on Burt. Go delivers. Upstairs ball, 2 balls, no strikes. I'll never forget the quote by Shelty when Andrew Morris pitched for the 3rd time in 4 days in the big leagues, and he said he's never done that before, and so I wanted to see what his first pitch fastball was going to be like. And I started scratching my head, and I'm like, exactly, right? That's the point. You don't want them to do it for the first time on the biggest of stages. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Burt. And again, this is not a Twin-centric thing. I've said this a bazillion times. This is across the board in minor league baseball where you see this.
Yeah, almost no organization's doing it. Brian Dinkelman's hands are tied. That is a higher up decision coming from the top.
2-2. Downstairs. There might be 2 managers we've crossed paths with that are just like, I do my own thing at AAA in terms of manager, right? I can't see Marty Peavy taking a whole lot of direction, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think they both know that they can kind of tiptoe over the line every so often, and some of those established veteran guys know I can get away with a few of these tiptoes over the line every once in a while. Marty Peavy, I think, falls in that category.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Go gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. 1, 2, 3.